It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show.
Frank.
Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha, heads. Frank here, and it's review time yet again. Today, we are on a murder case in a new mystery thriller, Dead Secret from Robot Invader. Hailed as one of the early great successes in VR, this title actually started on tablets, but now has a new home on PlayStation VR. But is it worth your time and money? Well, that's what you're here to find out anyway. Now, before we get started, I did receive a review key for this one, but as always, my opinion cannot be purchased. Finally, if you want to make sure you don't waste your hard-earned moolah on bad VR games, friggin' subscribe. Oh, on to the show. All right, Watson, my dear boy, well, ain't no Watson here. Instead of the atypical detective story, Dead Secret places you in the shoes of a local female reporter looking to catch a big break. After the suspicious death of a local historian, you decide that something just isn't right and make your way to this lonely Kansas farmhouse. Within minutes of entering the house, you can tell something is off, and upon further investigation, the clues and mysteries start to unravel before you. So, Dead Secret is actually a pretty solid game. The story is interesting and engrossing, and the visuals are actually quite good. I really like that you get a full-body avatar, although I did have a few times when my head got disconnected from my body and I had to restart the game. The audio is spooky and atmospheric, and the sound effects used throughout the house work very well in adding to the immersion. I mean, I love a nice search the house game. I grew up in a big messy home, and getting to experience that in VR always tickles my fancy. I like going from room to room, opening all the drawers and inspecting all the stuff. It's the ultimate voyeuristic fantasy, and Dead Secret definitely delivers. The story is told through found articles, hidden journal entries, and short voiced over non-skippable emotional cutscenes. It's nothing too original, but I do like the added feature of checking things off in my notebook, and text is done very well in this game. Honestly, it might be some of the best text I've seen in VR. Sadly, everything this game has going for it is stunted by the controls. So first off, it's a DualShock 4 only game with no option for smooth turning. There is also no real locomotion. You just move from point to point and gaze and click at objects in the environment. The pacing is also a bit slow. You can only walk at one speed, and if you mess up and head the wrong way, it takes minutes to backtrack to the part of the house you were meant to end up in. I love games with one big map that slowly opens up, but when I'm restricted to a slow, invisible node-based system, it can become cumbersome to continue playing. I like the freedom to move about in a virtual space at my own leisure, and this is something Dead Secret does not do. Now, all that being said, this is a solid game. The puzzles can be tricky, but nothing too difficult. The story is interesting, and a cast of characters you slowly begin to learn more and more about will keep you entertained. But if you're like me, even though there are 5 different endings, one playthrough will be more than enough, which in my case was right around 2 hours. So, end of the day, this baby is getting a solid C+. I really enjoyed my time with Dead Secret, but the ported controls held me back from what could have been a fantastic experience. I think if this game had come out a bit early in the PSVR life cycle, it would have done much better, and I still believe a niche audience that wants a much more watered down Resident Evil 7-esque experience will absolutely adore this title. With a lower end price tag of $14.99, it's definitely worth the entry fee. It's definitely worth the entry fee, but is it a ride you want to take? Alright, so what you think? You grabbing it? You gonna wait for a sale, or you just gonna say forget about it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for coming through. I hope you enjoyed the review. And more importantly, if you're new to this channel and you want to stay up to date on any and everything PlayStation VR, and you Don't mind his ugly mug. Friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smooches. It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show.